how India is ramping up our infrastructure in our recent time, be it in the roads and highways, ports, airports, and power and renewable energy, and see how the Honorable Minister sees the likely impact of all of it on the competitiveness of India and our Indian industry. As just to set the as a precursor to the discussion, I'll just want to highlight very quickly three key development points. First, as India is making rapid strides in regeneration and set to achieve a 450 gigawatts by 2030, the demand of RE equipment and modules are growing as ever. And this gives us a huge scope for India to build a large manufacturing base to meet domestic demand, at the same time explore opportunities for export. Government, of course, has taken several initiatives, including production-linked incentives, the PLI scheme to encourage local manufacturing. However, competitiveness is really the key, and renewable energy generation cost in India today is the lowest in the world, and we need to ensure the same is for renewable energy manufacturing. And one of the factors which really impact the competitiveness of India and Indian industry is infrastructure and logistics cost. And we keep talking about it, which is very, very high in comparison with the rest of the world. And our Honorable Prime Minister, while giving a call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, highlighted infrastructure as one of the key pillars to make India self-reliant. The second point I just wanted to place before the House is recognizing the significance of infrastructure. Our government has launched a massive infrastructure building program, first of its kind, the NIP. We know about it, and it envisages an investment over 110 lakh crore by 2025. And government is also this year increased year-on-year infrastructure capex very considerably, very strongly. The objective is really to provide world-class infrastructure across the country to meet global standards and support India's growth aspiration. In fact, India has become power surplus nation, something which we are all proud of, and our pace of construction of highways is the highest in the world. Projects like the dedicated freight corridors and slew of highway projects that aim to connect economic corridors are bound to strengthen the competitiveness of our Indian industry. The third and the last point that I wanted to mention, there is a shift happening if one sees in the global investment flow, and many companies are now looking for diversifying their operations base. India has a phenomenal opportunity now, and we have enormous and ever-growing domestic demand, and we have requisite skill sets, absolutely, and entrepreneurship zeal, and above all, a very, very strong, proactive, supportive government. And thanks to Honorable Minister, we see a huge opportunity of collaboration. So once again, I would like to welcome the Honorable Minister and would like to work with you, sir, in partnership from the industry. And I'm sure we will be able to make India a preferred investment destination for RE manufacturing. Once again, thank you very much and welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to this very important session. With that, may I now invite Narendran, TV Narendran, the president of CII, to please give his address and remarks.
Thank you, CB. I join CB in welcoming the Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir, for your kind presence and participation in today's conference. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome all the other distinguished guests and members of CII who've joined us today. Today, we look forward to the Minister's address on a topic which is close to his heart on infrastructure, particularly against the backdrop of India's aspiration to be Atmanirbhar with a large competitive manufacturing sector. The nation at large, the industry, society, and of course the government, all of us have together grappled with the challenges of COVID over the last 18 months. And I'm, in some sense, happy to report to the Honorable Minister that we did a CEO survey in the last National Council last week. And that shows that industry is recovering from wave 2, is quite positive about the recovery. The feeling is that economic activities have not been impacted as much in the second wave as it was in the first wave, basically because we had need-based local lockdowns which were designed to restrict social gatherings without impacting economic activity as much. And most of the CEOs who participated in the survey indicated a recovery much faster than post the first wave, which we had last year. And of course, everyone agrees that vaccination is key to our recovery. Coming back to the topic of the discussion, we in CII feel strongly that infrastructure is a foundation for sustainable growth and development of the country. The CII theme this year is Building India for a New World, and amongst other factors, we have laid a special focus on competitiveness and sustainability. Both, to our mind, are the key pillars to take India forward and make us globally competitive. When we look at competitiveness, we look at it in two parts: competitiveness of industry inside the factory gates, which very much depends on our members and the industry at large on being the best in the world in whatever they do. But also we look at the cost and ease of doing business outside of the factory gates, where we need a lot more focus on building world-class infrastructure and streamlining our processes to make India competitive. As per estimates, the logistics cost in India continues to be in the range of 12 to 14%, while it should be around 8 to 10%, while it is around 8 to 10% in developed countries. And this creates a competitiveness gap of about $180 billion. And this certainly is an opportunity for all of us to work together. I'm conscious of this fact. The government has made rapid strides in infrastructure development led by Honorable Minister, and be it roads or highways, airports, ports, and energy. And this is clearly reflected in the plans and outlays for infrastructure by the government, whether it is a national infrastructure pipeline that envisages an investment of 111 lakh crores, or the highest ever allocation of 1.18 lakh crores for the roads and highways. Investment of this magnitude in infrastructure offers a huge opportunity in terms of creating demand, generating jobs, and laying a foundation for creating an Atmanirbhar Bharat. As far as RE manufacturing is concerned, India has made remarkable progress in renewable energy in the last few years. India's installed renewable energy capacity stands at more than 141 gigawatts, including large hydro, which is over 37% of the country's total capacity. Over the last 7 years, over $70 billion of investment has been made in renewable energy in India. With a population of 1.4 billion and a growing economy, India would continue to see an increase in energy demand, much of which is expected to come from renewable sources. Accordingly, India has aimed to achieve RE generation capacity of 450 gigawatts by 2030. As per the CII report, a roadmap for self-reliance in RE manufacturing released in the morning, India has a potential to add $371 billion to India's GDP by 2030 and support employment of 2.3 million and another 1 million in new and emerging areas like battery manufacturing and green hydrogen. The government has adopted the strategy of developing local capabilities envisaged under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative and has taken many initiatives to develop conducive policy and a regulatory ecosystem, promote and encourage domestic RE manufacturing. The 4,500 crore PLI scheme for solar photovoltaic modules will help India ramp up its domestic manufacturing capacity. The scheme is expected to add 10 gigawatt capacity of integrated solar photovoltaic manufacturing plants and bring direct investment of around 17,200 crores. Domestic RE generation and manufacturing can deliver the core benefits of securing India's energy future, reducing India's dependence on imports, both fossil fuels and solar equipment, and deliver incremental job opportunities and help in creating a carbon neutral economy. The objective of the two-day conference on Atmanirbhar Bharat is to look at building a roadmap, making India a globally competitive renewable energy manufacturing hub, in line with the direction given by Honorable Prime Minister. We in CII are committed to work with all the stakeholders to realize the vision of making India truly Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for joining.
Thank you, Naren. Thank you. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to present a video video clipping which shows the type of strides our country has made in this particular field of infrastructure, roads, highways, transport under the phenomenal leadership of our Honorable Minister. May I have the video presentation, please?
There are followers, there are leaders, and then there are visionary. Taking people and society to where they ought to be rather than where they want to be is what separates a visionary from a mere leader. This rare quality is what sets apart Nitin Gadkari, Minister of Road Transport and Highways, from many of his ilk. Born in 1957 into a free-thinking agricultural family, Nitin Gadkari at heart has always been a social worker inspired by the RSS founder KB Hedgewar's ideals of humanity and nation building. Taking off as a Minister of the Public Works Department in 1995, Nitin Gadkari made groundbreaking changes in the speed the city of Mumbai traveled. So impressed was the then PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji with Gadkari ji's performance as PWD Minister that he offered him a responsibility of weaving road nets in the whole of rural India. The outstanding Swarnim Chaturbhuj Yojana, of which Shri Gadkari ji was the chairman, is the culmination of these efforts. 55 flyovers dotting the city have made commuting in Mumbai much easier than ever before. The foundation for the magnificent Bandra-Worli Sea Link was also readied during this time. The jewel in the crown of Maharashtra, India's first expressway, the world-class Pune-Mumbai Expressway, is also a futuristic project imagined and brought to fruition by Nitin Gadkari. Connecting over 13,000 unconnected villages with an all-weather $100 million USD project is the foundation for the magnificent Bandra-Worli Sea Link was also readied during this time. The jewel in the crown of Maharashtra, India's first expressway, the world-class Pune-Mumbai Expressway, is also a futuristic project imagined and brought to fruition by Nitin Gadkari. Connecting over 13,000 unconnected villages with an all-weather $100 million USD project is another feat accomplished by this far-sighted visionary. Nagpur, his hometown, has seen first of its kind double-decker bridge. An innovative beautification of flyover using local artists and painting of great political and social leaders was added attraction. Ajni Intermodal Station will have connectivity between long-distance buses, city buses, railways, metro and indirect link with city airport. Nagpur Broad Gauge Metro, which is a commuter rail project planned for Nagpur city and extending up to adjacent areas of Wardha, Narkhed, Ramtek, Bhandara and Chhindwara. World-class institutions like IIT, IIM and AIIMS emerge and thrive under his watchful gaze. This is in addition to the over 1,000 Ekal Vidyalayas that go a long way into molding the future tribal generations. Performing over 10,000 successful heart surgeries is another stupendous achievement in his illustrious career as a warm-hearted do-gooder. The city of Nagpur is the first city to explore alternative biofuels for transport. These include bio-CNG buses. His innovative idea of India's first of its kind CNG-run tractor has proved to be farmer-friendly, cost-effective and helping in reducing air pollution. In a historic push for biofuels, Gadkari ji is introducing flex engines which will run on 100% ethanol, directly providing additional income to farmers and the agricultural sector. Sanskritik Mahotsav, motivating local artists to go nationally. Krida Mahotsav, supporting local sportsmen to showcase their abilities and motivate them to go nationally and on Olympic level. Projects like AgroVision are helping farmers with latest technologies and practices. His idea of using sewage water for power generation, use of ethanol as fuel have added a whole new dimension to the city's development program. As India's current Minister of Road Transport Highways, he has re-energized the whole sector with his clear vision. With more than 40,000 kilometers of national highways constructed in the last 7 years, 60,000 kilometers of new roads under his supervision are being constructed. The speed of road construction from a mere 3 kilometers in 2014 has grown to 40 kilometers in 2021. The dazzling Delhi-Mumbai Expressway has set 4 new world records with 12,500 cubic meters of concrete being laid down on the 4-lane stretch of 25.4 kilometers. These world records are as follows: highway construction rate at 37 kilometers per hour, construction of 2.5 kilometer long 4-lane concrete road near Vadodara at Delhi-Mumbai Expressway in 24 hours, laying down of 26 kilometer long bitumen road at Solapur-Bijapur section of NH52 in 21 hours. A 50% growth in the length of the national highways in the last 7 years of the NDA government is a monumental achievement. The figures went up from 91,287 kilometers to 1,37,625 kilometers. Going further, INR 3.32 lakh crore is allotted for 22 greenfield expressways, initiated by the bridge building messiah, as he is fondly referred to. Bharatmala and Sagarmala, two world-class access-controlled expressway projects led by Nitin Gadkari, are presently in various stages of construction. The Bharatmala project seeks to eliminate the perennial road traffic movement imbroglio across the country. With Nitin Gadkari taking charge, India's much maligned logistics sector has also metamorphosed from a point-to-point model to a hub-and-spoke model. This multimodal transport system integrates railways, highways, inland waterways and airports, conjuring a highly effective transportation grid, substantially reducing logistic costs and pollution. 35 multimodal logistic parks, 50 economic corridors, 10 intermodal stations are being readied for the monumental effort. Logistics summits with the international participants, including government organizations and the World Bank, leading to MOUs worth 2 lakh crore, have been held to add muscle to the initiative. Among his other endeavors, unprecedented progress is evident in port industrialization, national water highway traffic, jetties for coastal tourism, Ganga Yamuna cleaning, fundraising, asset monetization project, toll operate transfer. As MSME Minister, he has gone all the way to promote entrepreneurship, helping rural youth to adopt Khadi as a means of self-employment. The MSME Ministry has also found wings under Mr. Gadkari. He changed the definition for classification of MSME. Now, a company investing 1 crore and earning a turnover of 5 crore will be classified as micro company. The portal Udyam Registration (UR) offers faceless, fully online, paperless and transparent MSME registration process, fully integrated with income tax and GSTN systems. His brainchild, Jal Kranti, Buldhana pattern of water conservation which changed economy of villages by rejuvenating water bodies, has won a global award. Mr. Gadkari introduced the first ever vehicle scrapping policy, which proved to be the fight against pollution and in the interest of road and vehicle safety. New FASTag policy is helping commuters to save their fuel and time on toll plazas. Some of his major work, like unprecedented push for research and development in electric vehicle, leading research and development for usage of waste materials in highway construction to cut down highway construction costs and generate wealth out of waste materials, developing ropeways and funicular railways in the remotest parts of the country, thus boosting tourism. Panchgaon project for women of making carpets from scrap cloth is a classic example of women empowerment. Khadi Prakritik paint, which is made from cow dung, is aiding in employment in rural areas and have exponentially improved rural economy. When all industries were shut in the pandemic, Mr. Gadkari empathized with people by conducting webinars and 800 plus video conferences. His quick decision making in procuring oxygen (PPE) kits helped those affected by the deadly virus. He generously donated ambulances to NGOs, helped to set up oxygen plants, factory to make remdesivir injections and injections for mucormycosis. Thus, by showcasing strong leadership and taking quick decisions, he handled the COVID situation effectively. His affable nature goes beyond everyday personal equations as he continues to transmit his radiance and ideas to every individual or organization with his unmatched zeal. Gifted with an ability to dream the seemingly impossible dreams and getting them to fruition also defines this clairvoyant
happening under the leadership of our Honorable Minister. With that, it's my pleasure and honor to invite and request our Chief Guest for this evening and for the ministerial address, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, Honorable Minister of Road, Transport and Highways, Government of India, to please present his address.
Mr. TV Narendranji, President. Mr. TV Narendranji, President CII. Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General of CII. all distinguished dignitaries, invitees, and all my dear friends. At the outset, I would like to thank CII for inviting me to address this very important session on infrastructure contributing to making India competitive in renewable energy. Manufacturing India is one of the fastest growing economy and leading to sustainable and climate neutral development. I am also giving my special congratulations to newly elected President, Mr. Narendra Ji, for he is now elected as the President of CII, and I am giving my all best wishes to him and cooperation, and under his leadership, CII will contribute for the development of our country. We strongly believe that society should be livable, workable, and sustainable for all, with an important focus on ethics, ecology, and in the environment. India is committed and progressing positively as per Paris Climate Agreement, where efforts are centered to reduce carbon emission by 33 to 35% by 2030. Over the last decade, India has made significant progress towards improving green energy access while increasing the integration of renewable energy. India is already on track of reach its goal of 175 gigawatt of installed renewable capacity by 2022. Currently, India stands at the fifth position for overall installed capacity with government supportive policies and initiatives. We are confident that India will even surpass the target of renewable energy of 450 gigawatt by 2030. To support the expansion of this magnitude in renewable energy, the government has been making all efforts to strengthen and expand the domestic manufacturing ecosystem to make India self-reliant, that is, Atmanirbhar infrastructure development plays an important role in the growth and economy of the renewable energy sector in India. The government is investing $1.4 trillion, that is rupees 111 lakh crores on infrastructure development through National Infrastructure Pipeline. Our government has set a target to build road worth rupees 15 lakh crore over 2 years. My ministry has taken up a number of highway development and expansion projects that will considerably reduce travel time, enhance safety, efficiency, and ease of transport of goods and passenger vehicles traffic. We are developing 22 greenfield expressways and access control corridors of length of 8,000 kilometers. An additional 8,500 kilometers of expressway have been identified based on the National Logistic Master Plan to reduce the congestion on corridors and enhance logistic efficiency. 35 locations have been identified for the development of multimodal logistic parks. These are all efforts because we need to reduce the logistic cost. What Mr. Narendra Ji was telling us, he is absolutely correct. Our logistic cost in India, sometimes it goes to 14 to 16%. In the China, it comes to 8 to 10%, and in European country, it is 10 to 12%. And that is one of the important reasons that we need good roads, water transport, sea transport, then a railway. We need law and aviation everywhere. We have to make coordination, communication, and at the same time, the cooperation between the all sectors. Exactly on that line now we are working. Just I am giving you the picture of making new express highway. Just I will give you the example that presently Delhi to Meerut, we have completed the project. In next 15 days something the date is going to fix for inauguration, and where it is from Delhi to Dehradun, first of Delhi to Meerut. It was taking to 4 hours for Meerut to Delhi, but now it is with the 40 to 45 minutes. And even in Dehradun, within 2 years, I will promise you, there will be 2 hours only for getting from Delhi to Dehradun, Delhi to Haridwar, and Delhi to Chandigarh. At the same time, Delhi to Mumbai in 12 hours. So the way in which we are developing the green express highways, this is very important that we can reduce the cost. But we are not making only express highways. The most important thing is, as far as the fuels are concerned, ecology and environment is concerned, our import of crude oil is very high. Just 8 days before, I have inaugurated the one LNG pump in Nagpur. And now the transporters are converting their diesel truck into LNG. Now this is the time for the automobile industry to launch LNG truck in the country, the electric truck in the country. So my suggestion is for making LNG truck conversion of diesel into LNG, the cost is 10 lakh rupees, and he will get back the cost of 10 lakh rupees within 290 days. So this is the economic viability. This is the saving where we can reduce the logistic cost. At the same time, lot of people are now already in the process to making of electric trucks. The ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG, electric, green hydrogen fuel cell, this is the future. And LNG is also the future for the future fuel for the country, because we need, presently we have 8 lakh crores of import of crude oil, petroleum products. It is expecting that after next 5 years it will go up to 15 lakh crore. So we should have a policy of import substitute, cost effective and pollution free and indigenous technology. So where we are working on it, and I will request Honorable CI office bearers and the President that this is the time that we need to convert our construction equipment machinery also on alternative fuel. Now the JCB has launched one JCB where they are using 50% this CNG. So I have also launched my own tractor converted on CNG, where there is a saving of 1,25,000 rupees per year in the tractor. So these are the things where we can even reduce the pollution, and we can make this CNG and bio LNG from biomass, and where it can create more employment potential in the country. It is the import substitute, cost effective, pollution free and indigenous. So this is the time for the industry, particularly the people like you, that giving priority for that, which is in the win-win situation for all the stakeholders. It is in the interest of the country, and it is in the interest of the society, particularly the farmers, and at the same time, it is, as far as the pollution is concerned, this can be a great solution for that. At the same time, we are making good roads, we are changing fuel and automobile sector, and at the same time, we are making logistic parks. By making coordination between the three important sectors, this is the time that people like you can plan it. Somewhere there are a lot of opportunity regarding using of water transport. Now going by road, if the cost is 10 rupees, going by railway is 6 rupees, going by waterways is only 1 rupees. We can convert our barges and ships on methanol. The Assam Petroleum is manufacturing 100 ton of methanol per day. At the time when I was Minister for Shipping and Port and Waterways, we have completed dredging in Brahmaputra. There is a draft of 3 meter already available. We can go up to the Mungli port in Bangladesh also. We have completed that work. The Varanasi, Haldia, Sahibganj and Gazipur, these are the multimodal hub, and particularly the steel, cement and fertilizer. I will request CII people that organize the seminar that how we can use the water transport, particularly the sea transport and river transport for particularly this type of important material, because that is going to reduce the cost. So my suggestion is logistic cost. If you want to reduce 100%, we need to reduce power cost, labor cost, and accepting the good technology and successful practices without compromise with the quality, we can reduce the cost. Now you just take the example that we have already our power sector, our 38% of the power is renewable power, is from solar and other thing. So 100% the power rate is coming to 2 rupees 30 paisa, 1 rupees 90 paisa to 2 rupees 30 paisa, 40 paisa per unit. So presently the thermal power which we are taking, the cost is very high. So in a course of time, the rollout of reform which has already government has taken a decision by giving these smart meters and lot of things which there is a lot of revolution where we are planning to make in the field of generation, transmission and distribution, by which we can reduce the power cost in the country. And even this is the green power. So my suggestion is either it is for petroleum fuel in energy sector, we can go for green fuel, and even in the power sector for electric vehicle, electric highways, now electric trucks, we can use our construction equipment on electricity. One of the leading company in India is now trying to manufacture electric trucks and the mining equipment on electricity. So that is going to reduce the cost, and day by day we are going to reduce the electric cost. That is exactly the most important thing for the industry. where we can be more competent in the international market. So exactly on the line, making good roads, access control highways, logistic connectivity, by which it can easily you can go up to the ports, and at the same time using the fuel with a green fuel where we can reduce the pollution. At the same time it is cost effective and import substitute, and at the same time we can give priority for waterways and water transport. By this methodology, I am confident that we will be in position to take our logistic cost up to 8%, and by which we will be more competitive in international market. So exactly this is the line of the government, and I am confident that 100% this MMLP will be equipped with warehousing and storage housing, warehousing, storage, container yard, truck parking, cold storage, packaging and assembling areas, and railway and waterway connectivity. This logistic park should also trigger the development of manufacturing clusters in adjacent rural and tier 2 urban areas. We have mandated the use of solar power at all national highway toll plazas. The Government of India and the World Bank recently have signed a $500 million project to build safe and green national highway corridors in the 4 states, that is Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. My ministry is focused on cost-effective, qualitative, time-bound and sustainable development of roads, bridges, flyovers and tunnels across the country. Actually, we are working on the line that how we can reduce the use of steel and cement in road construction. Now that is my highest priority. Without compromise with the quality, accepting the new technology, we are now in a position that we can reduce the cost of construction, and at the same time without compromise with the quality using of different materials. So on the basis of that, now I am telling you the example of the Malaysia and Singapore. They have just make an experiment that distance between the two pier, it is 120 meter, and they making that precast beam by using steel fiber. So we are also accepting that technology and code by which we can make the precast beam by using the steel fiber, and where distance between the two pier will be 120 meter. Now presently we are making it 30 meter. We are not doing more than 30 meter. So it is going to reduce the cost of 30% of the flyovers. For the tunneling, we are making the tunnel of 2 lakh crores. So now we are planning to make a special division for tunnels, and now we are thinking of line to take the technology from Norway and even from the successful technology from the world, that how we can reduce the cost of the tunnels. Actually, I am giving you the example in Jojila tunnel in Kargil, in Kashmir, Ladakh Leh area, where the cost of the tunnel was 11,000 crore. We tendered it 4 times. But now at the 5th time, we received the tender, and where we save 5,000 crore in one project. So our idea is to, without compromising the quality, we have to reduce the cost. And that is exactly the most important thing for the country. India imports rupees 8 lakh crore of crude oil, and this is going to be a double in the next 4 to 5 years, and will have a huge impact on the Indian economy and environment. We need to promote and adopt import substitute, cost-effective, indigenous and pollution-free mode of transport. We are working on bring about an integrated roadmap and create opportunities for alternative clean and green transport fuels like electricity, bio-CNG, LNG, biodiesel, ethanol, methanol and hydrogen fuel cell. The government is promoting the use of renewable energy to charge electric vehicles. We have abundant solar energy. Solar generated electricity charges are very low and ensure a zero carbon emission cycle in electric vehicle ecosystem. Research performed by IIT Madras on hydrogen fuel cells is very interesting, where they are trying to generate energy from sea-based salt water and solar power. We are also working on efficient EV charging mechanism through solar parks, solar PV cells and rooftop solar system. The average retail electricity tariff across the country ranges high between rupees 7 to 8 per kilowatt hour. The backup power from diesel generator set also cost as high as rupees 20 per kilowatt hour, whereas the cost of generation from solar is only rupees 2 per kilowatt hour. The rooftop solar can solve the twin problem of high electricity cost and low grid reliability, thereby saving cost and improving their competitiveness. And recently, along with the World Bank, The SBI, State Bank of India, and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, we have proposed to accelerate adoption of rooftop solar units, which will help MSMEs access credit of around $1 billion. We are installing electric highway system over upcoming Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, which can be electrified using abundant solar energy in the region. We are rapidly developing alternative mobility solutions like ropeway, cable car, funicular rail, road train buses in hill regions. I am just giving you the example. Just I have a meeting with the Himachal Chief Minister, and now I suggest them a policy that they can offer the free of charge electricity for 10 years for the projects of ropeway, cable car, and funicular railway. They have already framed the policy, and on the PPP model, we can make ropeway, cable car, funicular railway, light rail transport, and in particular the hydropower which is available in the area like Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Kashmir, where I am requesting the governments, out of which Himachal has already accepted, that they are ready to give the concession, particularly as far as the power rates are concerned, 10% free of charge power for this public transport on electricity. They are also thinking on the line to giving 50%, whatever the share of the state on GST, particularly for that project, that will be exempted. So by which it can be economically viable. And this mode of transport on electricity, and where we will get the cheaper electricity, it is 100% useful for the country because there will be no pollution. So these are all different type of new technology, particularly mass rapid transport on electricity is the future. And we are giving highest priority for that. And that is in hilly regions such as Himachal and Uttarakhand, ropeway and cable car system can be efficiently operated using hydropower, and we have planned to shift public transport and logistic on 100% green and clean source of energy. LNG as a fuel is economically viable for long-term trucks and buses. I have just inaugurated India's first commercial LNG pump. I request to automobile industry that it's the time for them to launch trucks on LNG. That is going to be give a great saving for the people. So the economic is so good that the cost of conversion is rupees 10 lakh, and which can be recovered in 295 days with average of 5 km per hour. So our agriculture is our real strength, and we intended to diversify that into energy and power sector. Waste to wealth and waste to energy is very important. The biomass is one of the important source of renewable energy. Now the NTPC has decided to take 2 crore ton of biomass for making generation of power. So that is giving to help to our agriculture sector. We are now allowing ethanol production from food grains like rice, corn, wheat, and corn, and which are surplus in the country. We are committed to delivering vehicles with flex engine that give the users an option to run vehicle on either 100% petrol or 100% ethanol. Recently, I have launched the first ever agriculture tractor run on bio-CNG, and soon launching a tractor run on 100% electricity. We are also insisting industry to develop construction equipment operating on bio-CNG, ethanol and electric. We have used sewage water in Nagpur city for power generation, by which Nagpur Municipal Corporation is getting royalty of rupees 325 crore from the State Electricity Board, and we have converted 400 city buses in Nagpur to run on bio-CNG generated from municipal waste. The renewable technologies are more labor intensive within the solar and biomass sectors. We'll have biggest employment generation over 3 million by 2050. One of the key learnings from COVID-19 which India has learned is that the country has the talent of innovate and solve global challenges. Sincerely hope that all these initiatives towards infrastructure development and reform in the automobile energy sector would support and encourage renewable energy ecosystem in the country. Our government is fully committed to make India a competitive manufacturing hub here, and I would like to compliment Confederation of Indian Industry for their consistent efforts towards capacity building, skill development, and green business in the renewable energy sector. With these few words, I am also confident. Now today, the future is related with the knowledge. The innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill, and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge, and conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. I will request particularly the people like you who are representing the CII and the industrial leaders, that how we can get the best technology, that knowledge by which we can reduce the cost. As far as ecology is concerned, we 100% we have to protect ecology and environment, and at the same time we need to increase our exports, by which creating more employment potential in the country. The presently size of automobile industry is 6,50,000 crore, and out of which 50% is export. Our two-wheeler industry like Bajaj, Hero and TVS, they are exporting their 50% production of two-wheeler. Now by electric, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG, LNG, where we are working on the line and scrapping policy, my dream is to make Indian automobile industry within 5 years a number one manufacturing hub in the world. Already all automobile giants, particularly all reputed brands, are present in Indian market. And this is the industry which is create maximum employment potential in the country, and where the role of CI is very important. You can be initiator, facilitator, and even with your discussions, seminars, and 100% for government policy also, your suggestions are very important. So under the leadership of Mr. Narendran ji, I am confident that the CI will give good suggestion to all the ministry. Our target is same, and 100% we are going to achieve our goal to make India as a number one economy, global economy in the world. And that can be possible with the cooperation of all the stakeholders. I once again thank CI for providing me this opportunity to share my perspective on this important topic. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your vision, sharing your vision with us. Thank you for telling us the huge amount of work which is happening. Also giving us a big, very, very realistic snapshot of what the opportunities lies ahead and how the industry can respond to the several opportunities, the policies that you are laying down. So we look forward to working with your government, with your ministry in taking your thoughts ahead further. I'll not like to summarize at all. I will not even attempt to summarize what you have tried saying, but we have made extensive notes of the work that you have given to us. Every time that you come to us, you give us many ideas to work upon, and we always find it a great opportunity to work on those ideas. So we shall do that, and we shall keep coming back to you for reporting the progress, and also checking in with you as to what could be the next level of work that can be focused upon. With that, I would like to once again thank you on behalf of all of us present here for your leadership, for your partnership, and for your guidance, and for participating today and sparing your time. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you.